Hello everyone and welcome to episode 24 of Podcast of Five Rings, your source of enlightenment. They're on with video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and Soundcloud, and now topic by topic, day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Friday. Catch updates about the podcast, or for other news, give us a follow on your social media platform of choice, listed in the description below. I'm your host, GM, and overseer of Podcast of Five Rings, Obsidian, joined by the resident wildcard, Mal.
Howdy.
Mowdy. Stop saying stuff that rhymes with your name. And you won't get bad puns. We got the Dark Fortune Duelist meta.
Meow.
And the robotic wall that will not fall, Tetsuo.
Meow.
Okay, so
It's the robotic meow.
So a little insight. We recorded our new episode of Monthly Modules over the weekend, and I think we tried to start recording literally like 10 times.
God, every time.
Tetsuo's mic, every time we start, I go, all right, Tetsuo, explain
so
the
much.
game, and he'd go, and it was
Die, all
robots.
humans.
Yeah, exactly.
It was really weird.
I was like, we're not playing Shadowrun.
And
I've been in a Discord has had me at RTC disconnected like since I logged in today, so I apologize if it does it again. I don't
watch, he's
know why
gonna
it's
turn
doing
into a robot in the middle of his topic.
Robo crab.
It made me laugh because your two intros were the same each time, or different each time.
I know.
You mixed them up every time we had to restart.
Well, yeah, I don't have any.
I didn't have it written.
And I don't have any copy written for Monthly Modules, so
Just pulls it out of its butt like a pro.
yep, that's how it goes. I'm almost a little surprised. I guess we're fortunate so far that we got to record tonight because, as everyone knows, Irma is going to be hitting U.S. anytime soon. It's already ripping through Caribbean right now. So
Me
if
and
you're
Ted's just sitting here waiting to see how screwed we are.
Yep, so if if anyone listening is in the path of the hurricane or protected path, please be safe. Take proper precautions that you need to do to
Yeah, I mean, by the time this will come out, it'll be hitting. I mean, we'll probably be in the
yeah,
middle
it'll be
of it.
past. So hopefully you
Yeah.
did take the proper precautions to be safe and all that. So
Though it looks like you might see some of it.
yeah,
It's
I
gonna be
might.
like that one guy who's like listens to the podcast and he's like, oh, yeah, that's what I should have done. Properly prepare
Dang it.
myself.
Crap.
Dang it.
He's like floating on a raft down the river when he has his podcast
Listening on
out.
iTunes. He has
He's got his earbuds in.
yeah, he has the solar panel phone charger thing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we could see some of the rain. I think I saw the closest, like the big part of it getting to was going over Charlotte. So I'm sure we'll see some of it.
Can't
But-
trust the models until it's like 5 minutes before.
Yeah. They're literally always squiggle lines all over the
Weather
place.
guy's always getting it wrong. And then you got Hurricane Jose coming up behind you, right?
Yeah.
He's
Is
going
it a hurricane
somewhere.
officially, or is it? I thought it was still tropical
Is
storm.
it still a tropical storm?
I'm not gonna pretend to actually know.
I thought it was already confirmed. Jose was
Maybe.
coming up behind Irma.
It is a hurricane.
Oh, it is a hurricane.
Okay, there you go.
Hurricane.
It is currently sitting at a Category 3.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
no.
Yeah,
was
but-
it's feeding off.
Yeah, but I think it's all most of the average projections have it hooking up way before it gets to Florida at least. It looks like it's probably going to hit Bermuda.
Poor Bermuda.
That's on up in the Atlantic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
To a degree,
latitudinal with Georgia and South Carolina.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Or- yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully you're okay if you're listening to this. We're going to stop talking about horrible stuff like hurricanes that destroy stuff. Instead, we're going to talk about samurai that destroy stuff, right?
Yeah.
No, we're not
Nope.
talking about samurai
Aw,
tonight. No
got
samurai
me
tonight.
excited there.
Mal, you're starting us off, so you go ahead with your topic.
A different card game. Back on Magic.
Magic.
Next set is coming out. Ixalan.
It's be pirates, isn't it?
Yeah. They're setting sail for the City of Gold.
Oh, baby.
Oh yeah.
I do like my pillaging gold.
Yeah, they're going. It's a tribal is a sort of like a pretty big focus of this set, and you've got 4 tribes mainly: dinosaurs, pirates,
and dinosaurs.
Wait, you've got
There's
dinosaurs?
there's ninjas too, right?
No, merfolk, and then vampires.
I immediately want dinosaurs. I don't even.
I want a
care.
vampire dinosaur, please.
Oh yes, vampire dinosaur.
Dude, vampire
They-
raptor would
maybe
be
next
pretty
set, but
scary.
probably not. I don't know. I don't.
Dinosaurs don't actually have blood, so you can't turn them into vampires.
Trying to think of how many things we've seen, how many vampires that we've seen that weren't like a human or humanoid in Magic, and I can't think of any off the top of my head. So I
Yeah,
doubt
I'm not
it.
sure.
I'm really looking forward to this set. I think it's getting up. It might end up being my favorite set, flavor wise, since they destroyed Zendikar, and with the stupid Eldrazi, I'll never forgive. Original Zendikar was my favorite set because it was just, adventure, D&D, the Magic set, and they destroyed it.
Well, you can thank
Wow.
Ulamog and Kozilek
Yep.
and all of them for that.
Them are cool. We got, as we said, dinosaurs, and each tribe has a mechanic associated with them, not necessarily a named mechanic, but the dinosaurs have enrage, which is whenever they take damage, they enrage triggers and has an effect, like these crowned hunters, which are 4 red for a 5/4 common. Enrage, whenever Sun Crowned Hunters is dealt damage, it deals 3 damage to target opponent. So
That's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
further disincentivizing blocks.
Yeah, you can be super aggressive with enrage.
Though it also disincentivizes block, attacking because it works on defensive or offensive. It's just a great mechanic, I think,
yeah, very
for
versatile.
someone like me.
We saw the other card that made the 3/3 version of itself, didn't it? The little lizard guy.
I think a few things end up making that 3/3 trample green. But yeah, there's a baby dinosaur. It's adorable, and it's only a 1/1. And then if it takes
saw that.
damage, it will summon its mommy or daddy, and
Which is
it's
like
a 3/3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it a green though? Or
Yeah,
is it just-
which is weird.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought was weird.
usually you don't summon off-color tokens, but it does happen. The
Also say
planeswalker.
green, red, I could see for dinosaurs in general.
Well, dinosaurs are in Naya, which is white, green, and red. The planeswalker is aligned with the Sun Empire, who they're kind of Mesoamerican themed, and they use dinosaurs like for fighting other people and whatnot. They have control somewhat over the dinosaurs, and she's white and red and makes a green creature as one of her abilities. So all 3 colors. Oh man. Yeah, a lot of them are big, which is flavorful for Naya colors, and enrage means things like a fight effect, which is where you take your creature and have it deal damage to another creature.
That's really
And
good.
it deals this damage to you. Means you get to trigger your enrage effect, so that's great. Yeah, dinosaurs seem pretty sweet. You also got pirates.
Yarr.
Yeah. Which a returning planeswalker from the past, from Ravnica, Gorgon, Vraska, is now on this plane and is a pirate. Possibly captain. I don't recall.
Pirate captain.
Yep, she
Yeah,
found Jace on the little island.
Yeah, the latest story. But their mechanic is Raid, which is a returning mechanic and of my favorite 3-colored clan faction thing, Mardu, back from Khans of Tarkir.
Boo.
What?
I don't want your vehicles. Get out of here.
What? Oh. Mardu existed long before
I know it did.
vehicles. I mean, long is, that's subjective, I guess, in Magic timeline. But raid is whenever something with raid enters the battle. Well, whenever something with the raid, it usually enters the battlefield, but there are some that are like now on the instep. Basically, if you've attacked with a creature this turn, raid effect happen. Like Deadeye Tormentor, 2 in black for a 2/2. He's a human pirate with raid. When Deadeye Tormentor enters the battlefield, if you have attacked with a creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. And then there's like another one now that I think most of them originally in raid were all pretty much off the top of my head. I can only remember it's like when it enters the battlefield, but this time it's like at the beginning of the instep, if you've attacked with a creature, draw the top card of your library and take that much damage. Like a very popular card called Bob, or nickname Bob. What is it called? I just always call it Bob. Remember?
Bob Draw.
I don't know either.
Dark Confidant. That's what it was. Which is just, it does that effect of you draw, or you get the top card of your library and take that much. It's converted mana cost and life loss every turn.
But why is it called Bob?
Because the guy who designed it was back when they did invitational cards, or I can't remember. Yeah, Magic Invitationals. When you want to turn the Magic Invitational, you got to design a card, and it usually I think it always pretty much looked like you, at least the original. And so people call it Bob because Bob Ayer designed it.
It's an interesting way of doing that.
Yeah. It's a really good card, and they've been doing different, basically worse versions on it for a while because it's just too good most of the time.
Seeing a lot, the format's already looking fairly aggressive off the bat.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen some control stuff.
I'm saying
like
so far based off what we've talked
Oh
about.
yeah. Well, pirates also have get treasure because they're pirates, and treasure is an artifact, a colorless artifact token named treasure, and you tap and sacrifice it to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, which is kind of like gold from Theros block, but you have to tap it, and basically like energy cells from Tezzeret in Kaladesh, which was I think the same thing. But so pirates like to get treasure, and then you can ramp with it or use it. Like there's one pirate who sacrifices treasure to get +1/+0 till end of turn per treasure. I'll be interested in seeing the kind of ramp, because I think dinosaurs are going to want to ramp because they're usually pretty high costed, and treasure can also help ramp depending. Yeah. Well, my favorite card actually is I'm just saying now. So far is Revel in Riches, and it's 4 and a black for an enchantment that whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, create a token, treasure token, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more treasures, you win the game. So I love alternate win cons. They're just they can be pretty fun to build around. But so I'm interested to see what the kind of treasure creating effects we'll get. And then what?
1/+1 counters too, right?
Yep. Next up is Merfolk, which Mardu is my favorite color pair in white, black, and red. And blue-green, being the other 2 colors missing, is my least favorite color pair out of Magic. And that's what Merfolk are in. And they will be difficult to block and will grow using +1/+1 counters. Yeah.
The Explorer mechanic.
I was just looking for an example. Merfolk. They didn't have one in the mechanics article.
Well, there's the Wayfinder. When she enters the battlefield, she explores. You roll top card of your library. If it's a land, you put it in your hand. Otherwise, you put a +1/+1 counter on her.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah. Explore is a general mechanic, though this one is a merfolk who happens to use it.
So I think they're going to just have abilities in general that help give them +1/+1, just whatever, randomly.
Yep. The art, though, for merfolk is pretty gorgeous. They're super colorful. They're actually based on beta fish, which once they announced that, everyone's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, beta fish.
Some of the best art I've seen from it, for me, is the merfolk, which is kind of sad because I don't want to play merfolk. And then the last tribe is the Legion of Dusk, which are the vampires. They are in white-black. They don't have a named mechanic, but will have manipulation of life, loss,
this is what I'm excited for.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Do you conquistador them?
Oh my god.
That's the worst.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know. I kind of like it.
They
Now
are
I don't.
conquistadors. They have set sail from totally not Spain, Tozaron or something, I think, to find the City of Gold, and they are bloodthirsty, vicious, and set out to conquer everything. You've got knights, generally in black, and then clerics in white. These have the first mono-white vampires in all of Magic, except there's a really old vampire. I think it was like an homage to Angel, from Buffy and Angel.
Yeah.
He's a black vampire that after Threshold, which is 7 cards in your graveyard, he becomes white, but he's printed as black. It's just his ability turns him white.
Yeah.
These are the first mono-white vampires, which having vampires in this block and them being it being a tribal block means they will go nicely with the latest vampire tribal commander decks.
Maybe we'll see Mardu vampires too.
Yeah.
Because you still have the vampires
unfortunately-
from what's it called?
Nope, rotating out. With Ixalan, we lose Zendikar and Innistrad.
We lost Innistrad too.
No, not Innistrad.
The new standard will be Kaladesh, Amonkhet, and Ixalan.
Oh, okay.
Which will be interesting to see. Hopefully, Amonkhet and Ixalan will be strong enough to compete with Kaladesh, because Kaladesh is pretty strong. Has some pretty strong cards in it, because it's a very parasitic. It was a very parasitic set, so
Yeah.
they kind of pushed individual cards to work with it. Yeah, those are the tribes. It's very interesting to see them do 4 factions of, they've got 2 3-colored tribes, with the dinosaurs in Naya, and then pirates are Grixis, which is red, black, and blue, and then you've got 2 2-colored tribes, which is the white, black vampires and blue, green merfolk. They've never really done anything like that, because they've done all the past times where they've had factions. It's all been 2 or 3 color pairings or groups.
Freaking vehicles are back too.
Oh yeah, Hobbs' favorite.
I hate vehicles.
They haven't really shown anything that seems super powerful yet.
And
I like the one chip though.
Yeah. Oh, they also brought back
Flip
transforming cards, or double face cards. That's the official name for them. But all double face cards will be on one side. It'll be something like a map, or someone being led somewhere or going somewhere, to instill a sense of discovery. And then the flip side will always be a land, which is, we've never had flip cards that had a land on one, or on the flip side. We've had lands that have flipped into a creature and whatnot. Treasure Map is an artifact for 2 colorless, 1 and tap it, scry 1, put a landmark counter on the treasure map. If there are 3 or more landmark counters on it, remove those counters, transform treasure map, and create 3 colorless treasure artifact tokens. The flip side is a land called Treasure Cove, which it taps for colorless, or you can tap it, sacrifice a treasure, and draw a card. I really like the borders for the lands. They were going to be the masterpiece borders if they had done masterpieces for Ixalan, which they are not. But they look pretty cool, I think.
What I don't know what a masterpiece border is. What is that?
They've been doing the last 3 sets have had like masterpieces, which have alternate borders, and were like really a good deal of them were like pretty good, like really good cards, and they're like super rare basically. They were the same. The chance to get one was the same rarity as a foil mythic rare from like a normal booster pack. So
I don't know what the odds are on that.
it's like 1 in 4 booster boxes, which has
Holy shit.
36 boosters. So 1 in, I don't know, someone.
My friend has bought 2 booster boxes worth of cards, and he's gotten 5 of them
Oh wow.
Holy
over the last few
shit.
sets.
But yeah, they always have a different border. They always look special. And
So that's so wait, that's you said 4 booster
Ixalan's-
boxes.
yeah, 4 booster
Right?
boxes.
That's 144. That's 1 in 144, I think.
yeah, boosters. Right. So
Good, yeah, boosters.
They were rare.
Yeah.
but they did good.
Jesus.
They helped keep the price of standard down, which was pretty good. But after people were really disappointed with Amonkhet's invocations, they kind of the first 2 Zendikar had lands and the Kaladesh had artifacts, and they had a cohesive theme. And then Amonkhet did not, and people didn't like them as much. Plus the borders sucked.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But they're coming back. They're not going to be coming back every time. They're going to be an infrequent thing. The next set on Dominaria will have them again. But yeah, double face cards.
We also get romance novel Jace.
Yes.
Who's
Oh yeah.
Who's pretty great.
Yeah.
I swear that's like a freaking romance card cover.
Yeah, I mean, there was I got from the subreddit, and I posted in our Discord. Someone like mocked up a fake.
Okay,
romance
that's where I
novel.
got the idea from then.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jace, Cunning Castaway, 1 blue, 3 loyalty, legendary Planeswalker Jace. Legendary's new. +1 loyalty whenever whenever 1 or more combat. Trying to read too fast.
Creatures.
Yeah, whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player this turn, draw a card, then discard a card. -2, create a 2/2 blue illusion creature token with when this creature becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. Pretty standard illusion text. And then -5, create 2 tokens that are a copy of Jace, Cunning Castaway, except they are not legendary. So legendary Planeswalkers is a new thing, which because they're changing the rules for how Planeswalkers work. All Planeswalkers will now be legendary. If old ones will be errated, so that they're for tournaments, they technically say this now. It means you can have before, because all Planeswalkers have a type. Like he's legendary Planeswalker, and his type is Jace. You couldn't have 2 Jaces, like this Jace and an older Jace. You would have to sacrifice 1. Couldn't have 2 at once. But now that they're legendary, you just can't have 2 of the same name. You can have an old one and the new one.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Was that ever like a really big problem, or was it just something kind of like a quality of life thing?
Yeah, I think it's probably more of a quality of life thing. It's more in line with actual legendary creatures. It just keeps them under 1 rule, because a lot of people just assumed the Planeswalker uniqueness rule was the legendary rule, and that technically wasn't the case. So now it is like it's just part of the legendary rule now.
Okay.
Just clarification.
It's it's a big buff to certain Planeswalkers, like they have multiple good versions of them, like some Gideons and Lilianas. I think Modern is already there's already 2 good Lilianas in Modern, and now people get to play them both at once. So.
Yep.
And in the story-wise, we know that we just found out that Jace has lost his memory after being just backhanded by Bolus mentally and shot off the plane. He wakes up. He doesn't know who he is. Yeah, he knows what an albatross is, and he's like, "Why do I know that?"
Yeah, you get to see him. You get to basically see him be. Is it Castaway? The movie?
Yeah,
it's basically
Tom Hanks. You find out that his ultimate from his Planeswalker card, creating 2 copies of himself, is really sad, and because he just wants some friends because he's alone on a useless island.
Yep.
Oh, that's depressing as fuck.
Yeah. But he gets muscles. He gets.
Well, thank God he gets buff.
Yeah, buff Jace.
They wouldn't.
Buff Jace.
They wouldn't get to do the front of the romance novel if he didn't.
Right.
You know.
This
true.
is there's the strongest Jace is Jace the Mind Sculptor. Well, now we've got Jace the Body Sculptor. Yeah, posting all my jokes from Reddit.
Jace hits both the physical and mental gym.
Yeah. It ends with Vraska, who was a nemesis of his on Ravnica, which he is because he's like a living embodiment of law on Ravnica, and she likes to kill people on Ravnica.
I could see how they might have a conflict.
Yeah, she's an assassin, but now she's a pirate. And
Assassin pirate?
I guess
We could be assassins.
She finds him and is like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And then that's basically how it ends.
He's like,
he knows. He's like thinking like, "Oh, she knows me," but she's also probably he has the inkling that she's not a great person. But a lot of people will suspect they're just going to be buddies now. Because the big thing is he knows how to inherently planeswalk, but Ixalan stops that. No one can planeswalk off of it.
Yep. So she apparently ended up here and can't get away.
Yep. They're both stuck. The trailer for Ixalan, because I always put out a little 2-ish minute trailer for the set, mentions that no one who enters the City of Gold ever leaves, and people are like, that probably means that's where you got to go to planeswalk out of the place, out of the planes.
Yeah, probably.
So
It just means everybody dies though.
I mean, that's also possible.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That's just the running theory.
Yeah. I'm most excited about low mana blue cards that are instant speed.
Oh, yeah.
And are really good.
That Opt and Spell Pierce reprints.
Oh my god, Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
Oh man, so good.
I think what we need is another Innistrad set, specifically with Eldritch Beings. Specifically, that's what I think.
I'm sure we'll be
already
back to
had
Innistrad eventually.
No, we need more.
We'll get a third Innistrad eventually.
It won't be Eldritch Horror.
They got to get
No.
Sorin out of the stone.
Out of the
thingies.
rock. Yeah, he's still just in a rock. What is that website? There's is Sorin still stuck in a rock.com, and it's like, yes, he is.
They got to get Nahiri to get him out.
But yeah, I'm super excited for the set. I love the themes of exploration. It harkens back to the original Zendikar, which is my favorite set of all time.
I gotta admit, I really like a number of the different themes that they're going with the creatures. I kind of wish Black was not vampires.
Well, they black is always, or vampires are always black, or at least originally.
Well, I mean, I wish they weren't doing vampires. Kind of with all the other themes that you got. You've got parrots. You've got dinosaurs.
Actually, so they have these they're I don't remember the word they use. It was biennial or something. It was just a version I hadn't seen. I assuming that means biannual. But they have these little pitch days where anyone can pitch things, and part of that day is pitching sets, and they can do a little 5-minute pitch for a set. Steampunk World became Kaladesh, Egyptian Plane became Amonkhet, and Vampire Conquistador set actually became this one. So they were the founding piece of this set.
Nice.
Okay, hold on a second. If they're conquistadors, this changes everything.
Yeah. Didn't you catch my whole Conquistador pun for introducing vampires?
I didn't even notice it. No.
Oh yeah. Plus
Right
they've got
over his head.
lavish gold,
I heard it.
gold
I heard it.
armor.
I just thought you were making a horrible pun.
Well, yeah, because they're conquistadors, like, and they have these huge ships of like that are practically a city or fortress. Like,
Yeah, we saw
on a
the
ship.
one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the vampires are conquistadors.
I don't know. I even without that being one of the founding things, I can kind of get behind it just because of the whole idea with the Aztecs and being all bloodletting and everything. I can see it being folded into a Caribbean-esque theme and working
Yeah,
in and of
well,
itself.
I kind of like. Well, I
Plus,
guess, like,
I mean, conquistadors were pretty bad dudes, so.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I would have loved to see more like a voodoo theme then, or something, or like
That
blood
doesn't track.
sorcery.
I don't know. I mean, because the vampires come from totally not fantasy Spain, where there is ruled by a vampire empress, and I would love to actually, if we return to this plane, actually see that take the focus, because
Yeah.
they're actually like we don't usually see not since like Dominaria, which was just one big plane of everything. But usually you're just focused on one continent on a plane, but this one actually actively mentions like there is another continent on this plane that we are just not looking at right now.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to test a lot of it out on Arena.
Oh yeah, they announced Magic Arena today, which looks very Hearthstone-y, but it's supposed to have complete rules of Magic the Gathering, not like Duels, which is kind of dumbed down. It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited just off the little
You
trailer
can sign
I
up
saw.
for beta.
This is
They
what
just got beta signs up or signs up.
we just
signing up.
we just need an L5R version now.
You need to remind me to do this after we get done recording, Mel.
All right. It was getting pretty hammered, but it'd probably be open.
Yeah.
If you have a DCI, you get or a Duels account that you can put in the beta sign up, you get priority.
Oh, okay. I have DCI, so